These are the races. These are how you calculate it. You can put in any number you want here. 53, there's no need to make up extra charts here. There's no need to do that. You just go in, you put in two numbers, whatever the players are, you calculate it, and that's the race. So if you want to have races to 13, you can go the hot column this way, or the medium or the mild column, either way. But these races have been tested over thousands and thousands of matches, hundreds of tournaments in big pool rooms, big pool markets. So, I mean, we don't need to make up extra charts for this. If we're going to use Fargo, then let's use it correctly and just do this. I mean, here, 700 player versus a 600 player. It's simple. We don't have to make up arbitrary numbers here. We don't have to make up arbitrary charts. Because you guys got to admit, if you're making up charts, you're just guessing. That's what it comes down to. If you're making up charts where you're saying, like a 552 to a 601 or, a 513 to a 538 or whatever, you're just making them up. And the reason that you're making them up is you're trying to have some sort of an interpretation or a translation into a system that's really obsolete. If you guys agree that Fargo is more accurate, if you agree that it's objective and not subjective, then use it. Use it correctly the way that it's intended. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. If I'm a 600 speed player, which I am, and I play somebody who's a 700 speed player, which, like, let's say, who's Mark Dimmick, for example, is like a 689 or 670 or whatever, then this is how we're going to play to be an even match. Where both of us, have a relatively even chance to win. Now, these charts here, they're still skewed slightly towards the better player. Because when Mike set these up, Mike Page, he didn't want them to be dead even. He didn't want it to be an absolute coin flip. He did want to reward the better player for being better slightly, so the better player has a slightly better chance to win the set. All things being equal, if both players play perfect, then the better player should win the set. If the better player falters a little bit, he has a chance to lose the set. If the weaker player plays way over his head, he has a chance to win the set. But it's more or less an even race here, where the weaker player's got to step up a little bit more. But this is the closest to using an objective rating system to have a handicap tournament that you can possibly have. Right here. You don't have to have any extra layers of subjective charts or race charts or anything on that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to figure that out. It's already figured out for you. So let's just go to this and use it correctly. And keep all the tournaments open. Let anybody in they want to play. If Shane Van Boening wants to show up, he's an 813, and he wants to play me, fine. Here's Shane's thing. Or Jason Shaw or whoever, anybody. It doesn't matter. This is how it would be, right? He goes to 13, I go to 4. Over in this column, he goes to 13, I go to 5. That's it. It's that simple. You can go down further, go down to a 500 speed player. I mean, you guys want to get everybody playing, then this is how you do it. 13 to 3, 13 to 3. If you can have it be 13. And if you guys want to have it be, you want to figure it out another way, you can go here. You can go to find match odds. Say we want to race to 15 or we want to race to 20 or 18 or whatever, So player 1 is a 800 speed player. Player 2, me, 600 speed player. Okay, let's go to 15. Let's say that I would go to 7, all right? Where are we at? I've got a 10% chance to win that. Okay, I need to go to less games. How about 4? There we go. So there's a dead even match right there. So I go to 4, he goes to 15. You know, if I'm playing a Shane Van Boning or something like that, he's an 800 speed, I'm a 600 speed. This is what it takes to make it a dead even game. Now I know that sounds crazy, you know, and I got to be honest, as a 600 speed player, it feels kind of humiliating to me, but that's what it is. It is what it is. Now, if we go and we say, like, I'm a 600, right? And I'm going to play a 400 speed player, guess what? It's the exact same thing. So maybe the 400 feels humiliated because he only has to go to 4 and I have to go to 15, but you know what? I've played these races. I've played these races. I know they work this way. I know that they actually, you know, it works out. So use what is already on the books. Use the math that's already there. Don't just make up charts and try to guess your way into the right ratings and the right handicaps for the right ratings. There's no sense to that. There is literally no sense to having a spectrum or a a level like 642 to 657 goes to 8 and 639 to 601 goes to 7. That makes no sense at all in the system. So I implore you guys, please just use Fargo ratings as they were intended, as they've been conceived, as the math. They've done high level math here to figure this out. This is not this is seriously, like, I don't even know how to explain it, you know, because I'm not a mathematician. But the people that have figured this out, Mike Page and his partner, I forget his name, I'm sorry, but these guys are high level math guys, right? They're high level probability guys. They're high level theoretical probability, predictive math, statistics. They've got all the big words for this that cover what they're doing here. This is not some simple crap here. This is not subjective. This is objective, high level math. It's all figured out. Yes, there's once in a while going to be bumps in the road where somebody is just, he's rated too high or he's rated too low. That's a data problem. More data is better, more accurate data is better. So if we don't fudge around with it and we don't start adding layers of subjectivity onto it, then we're only going to end up making FargoRate better, which in turn makes it better for us to be able to hold these tournaments and make them open and use these charts and use these tools that are already here for us. I mean, you got it right here. You got it. Everything you want. You want to race to 13? Okay, great. 13. You got everything you need right here by just entering in the 2 Fargos and saying, go play your set. Come back and tell us who won, report the score. That's it. And then we report the scores back to Fargo. The data goes in. We're doing great. So let's just do that, please. Let's just stop with all the subjectivity. Let's use Fargo as intended, and let's all play more pool and play great pool and have a good time. So hopefully we can do that.